what's up, people? It's your boy, the Kryptonian, saying here, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 506. And once again, I'm totally loving this, but I love the fact that Oda gave me my wish. We are actually seeing Luffy speak with Rayleigh about his times when he was on Roger's ship, serving as his first mate. And I love how he just brings in the information that Roger, one of the trainees on the ship, was Shanks and the other one was Buggy. And it just shows like everything's all interconnected. I love that we see that. I love how Oda just dangled that in there. And Luffy's mind, you can just see Luffy's mind get blown at the fact that Shanks was actually on Roger's ship and that he didn't know it at all this time. And it also shows you got to put some respect on Buggy's name too, because Buggy was one of them. We know that these two were crewmates together, but now we know, okay, they're pretty big deals. Like even Buggy, the guy I consider to be a troll, and you can see how Nami and Zoro react when they say, oh, Buggy. It's just like, Buggy is that annoying friend who just pops up at the worst times. I love the fact that Oda just threw all that in there. And now it's like he's kind of building back up for a reintroduction of Buggy the Clown. Like, that's going to be really cool to kind of see that. And also, it's making me wonder, is there something else going on with Alvida? Because those two are kind of close. It's going to be really cool to see if maybe Alvida was on a rival ship or something. But I love the fact that when Luffy is speaking and listening to Rayleigh and kind of picking his brain, one of the things that we see is Raleigh's interpretation of what happened with Gol Roger. And this is what I thought was pretty cool. The fact that Roger knew that he was going to die. He knew it. He had a terminal illness, and even Crocus couldn't help him. And Crocus actually joined because he wanted to look for Brook and everybody. And I thought that was pretty cool that Brook points out like, oh damn, yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a rookie by the name of Roger. And it's just like, Brook has seen a lot of crazy stuff. Like, you know, he's old. I think in the SB corner, one of the things Oda said is that Brook would actually be 89 years old. So he's seen a lot. And I love the fact that Brook just casually brushes it off. Like, okay, that rookie ended up being the king of the pirates. And that's why I look at it and I say, Oda's setting Luffy up for it, because there's too many parallels. I feel like how I felt when I was reading Naruto for the first time, and one of the things you saw was like Naruto already kind of looked like the fourth Hokage, and then Jiraiya was the fourth Hokage's teacher, and he says Naruto kind of reminded him. It's just like everything was just like, okay, he's gonna be Hokage at some point. It's happening. This is gonna be a reality. Luffy's gonna be the king of the pirates, but what worries me about this is Luffy was on the executioner's block, just like Roger was. And I could totally see Luffy potentially getting sick or something, or not even sick, but just disbanding the Straw Hats, and maybe it's an effort to save them, give up his life in order to save them. That will be really dark. And one thing that I've noticed about Oda is when it comes to like fan polls and all this other shit that dictates how manga, the direction it takes, because it does happen, you know, when people get killed off, fans send out death threats. I remember a few years ago when Kubo killed off Byakuya. When that chapter came out, he was getting literal death threats, and all of a sudden, like a few chapters later, oh, Byakuya miraculously survives. Like, bullshit. Bullshit. You know he planned for him to kill. I'm pretty damn sure that Oda, if he does decide to do that, it's going to be the last chapter, and people are going to be raging. Oda's got it under control. I mean, we see fucking Panda Man running through, kicking everybody's asses, and it's just like, yo, is Oda going to go here with it? But what I love about the whole thing with Roger is, as Raleigh's breaking it down and he's speaking, one of the feelings I got, it's like Oda has Rayleigh being Luffy's great uncle, and he's just talking to him, and Luffy's just learning so much. It's like, he's like, look, young man, let me put you up on some game right now. And I got the same feeling that I get whenever I go to my grandmother's house, and she just tells me about how things were when she was growing up. And I just learned so much when I listen to her speak. And some of this stuff, I have no fucking idea what she's talking about. But you can just see like the years turning back in her eyes when she's speaking about how she grew up. And even though this is a manga, the way that Rayleigh is smiling when he's speaking, it just really feels like he's kind of reliving some of that stuff as he's speaking. And I thought that that was pretty cool that Luffy is having that impact. And then also the fact that Shanks, when he runs into Rayleigh on this island 10 years ago, he tells him like, hey, you know what, man? There was actually this little kid saying the same stuff that our captain used to say. And he's just like, Luffy, you won't believe it. That guy Shanks had the biggest smile on his face when he spoke about you. I just gotta see Luffy and Shanks meet up again. That's gonna be so awesome. Like, I want to see these two fight it out over the One Piece. That would be the best ending to me. Maybe even Shanks, it'd be the hell of a plot twist. But Shanks being like the final villain or something. But I think Shanks at this point is painted too much as a good guy. I think there's some darkness to him simply for the fact that he's one of the four emperors, but I think it just goes to show he's on that same path that Roger was on, because Roger conquered the whole fucking Grand Line. I love that, and I love the fact that, you know, Oda is again painting the picture of how the government changes the narrative, they control what they want through the media, because I didn't know he turned himself in. I thought Roger was actually captured. And the whole time when, like, I'm watching the One Piece anime and you see, like, the intro and Roger's like, wealth, fame, money, however it opens up. It's been a while since I watched the anime, so I might have hit that one wrong. But I like how, like, when he's just saying, like, if you want my treasure, go get it. That's true, but, like, the anime and then the manga, like, it got it, but it didn't. The actual last words is he says, I'm not going to die. And then he takes that moment, and this quote was so beautiful. I have to read this one line by line. But what Rayleigh tells him is, he says, look, like, my captain, you're not going to believe this right here. He says, in those last few seconds, he turned his own small flame of life into a bonfire that would set the world on fire. And I like the other line where he says that people of the past who create the present are never dead because they live on in the events of what's transpiring. I love the fact that, you know, Roger, I think in some kind of way said, you know what? I'm the biggest badass out here. Probably inspired a lot of people, but not as many as I want to. Fuck it, I'm just going to blow the whole damn thing up. Because executing the King of the Pirates, I think he knew, like, hey, I'm going to die. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die for a good cause. I'm going to shake this shit up. And he inspired millions of pirates, basically. People who were there, they said, Mama, I don't want to be a teacher anymore. I'm going to be a pirate. I'm going to pillage the fuck out of villages and get riches. And I'm going to probably end up in a fucking jail cell, but I'm going to be the king of the jail cell. Like, that type of shit. I love how Roger did that because it's like the ultimate troll move. Basically telling the government, fuck you and your dirty draws. And speaking of the government, Kizaru shows up. And badass. He's riding on the cannonball. But what's gotten me very interested is the fact that the cannonball's coming. He arrives where the other pirates are before the cannonball even hits. So we're looking at a lightning timer. He's got to be lightning speed to cover that type of distance. That's incredible. That's incredible. Because, like, Luffy, I thought maybe Luffy could be light speed because of the slow beam and the light that bounced off the mirrors. But it's a slow beam, so I got to scale that back. But this is a lightning timer. Like a high lightning timer. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting to see how Luffy fights him. Because Luffy is kind of chilled out while they're waiting for Hachi to kind of recover. So they've got to fight. And this dude's on the island. You know he's looking for Luffy and the crew because Luffy's crew was stated to be the main perpetrators of all of this. But my chapter question to you guys is going to be, did you get the same feeling that I did? Where I said that watching Luffy speak to Rayleigh kind of reminded me of speaking to my own grandmother. Like, it was kind of like Rayleigh was reliving past events and becoming younger as he was speaking. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. Have an awesome day.